Hi, I'm Lena.
And I'm Deeks.
And today we'll be yarning about getting active.
We will explore the benefits of moving and why physical activity is important.
We'll also explore our top tips for getting moving and the difference between light, moderate, and vigorous exercise. So Deeks, what are some of the ways that you like getting moving throughout your day or week?
So right now I'm playing netball for a local club in the country, but I always look forward to playing in the Aboriginal sporting carnivals.
Yeah, that's so awesome, Deeks. Team sports and carnival time is a great way for mob to connect and get active. So now that we know a bit more about getting moving, what do you think some of those benefits are?
To socialise, I guess.
Yeah, or to boost our mood and mental health.
To have fun and be a positive role model to mob.
Yeah, great one. And moving also improves our sleep, adds bone density, maintains healthy weight, and it prevents a lot of chronic diseases.
Well, that's a lot of reasons to why we should be getting moving.
Yeah, that's right, Dick. So getting moving is more than just our physical health. It also plays such an important role in our spiritual, our mental, and our social health as well.
So, Lance, how much should we be moving our bodies?
Yeah, great question, Deeks. It is recommended that adults get at least 30 minutes of physical activity in their day, whilst it's recommended that kids get up to 60 minutes of physical activity in their day.
What if it's hard to find 30 minutes in a day?
Yeah, I can see why 30 minutes might seem like a lot, especially when we lead very busy lives with work and families and other priorities. But when you think about it, there is 1,440 minutes in a day. And we just want you to put aside 30 of those. And the great thing is, it doesn't have to all be at once.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, I guess it is doable, especially if you can break it up during the day.
Yeah, and whilst it's important that we think about trying to find those 30 minutes to get moving in, it's also important to consider the intensity of our movement. So it is recommended that we aim for 30 minutes of moderate activity. So that's doing something like getting your heart rate up a little bit, but doesn't leave you too breathless. So something like fast-paced walking. And we want to aim to get this done on most days of the week.
What about vigorous movement? Sometimes I'm really out of breath for netball.
Yeah, that's great, Deeks. It's recommended that we aim for 1.5 to 2.5 hours of vigorous activity. So this is doing things like jogging, fast cycling, aerobics, or team sports like netball or soccer.
Our 30 minutes doesn't even have to be the same thing every day of the week. Switch it up. Maybe try some strength training 2 days a week. Things like push-ups, squats, or housework like gardening.
So now that we know how much we need to move and why it's super important, we're going to share our top tips for getting your 30 minutes of movement in a day. Deeks, what's a top tip that you have?
Well, I really love getting my family involved for some fun. So, we'll do things like play some hoops, play some tiggy, and it's funny, like you play for hours and you don't really know how much movement you're actually getting. And, I was always enjoying having the fun and winning.
So true, Deeks. You are super competitive. You're also really good at bringing people together as well. My top tip is tricking your brain. So I love to do things like get some incidental exercise in. So there's things like parking the car a little further away so you have to walk a little bit more, or taking the stairs instead of a lift. But my favorite way to trick your brain is I just get all my movement done first thing in the morning before I've actually kind of woken up and realized what's going on. And then that way all my movement's already done and I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day.
Tricking your brain. Huh, I like that one. What about maybe swapping activities instead of going for a coffee with a friend and sitting down and having a chat? Why don't you go for a walk and have your coffee, or having stand-up desks at work?
Yeah, that's a great one. So just like food, we don't want to stop it, we want to swap it. That's a great one, Deeks. Another great tip is having a goal. So being motivated by something. So I'm always looking for events that I can sign up for, or if there's nothing that I can sign up for, just thinking of a goal that I'd be really proud of. So I remember wanting to run 5Ks and thinking I would never actually do that. So I actually set that goal for myself, and eventually I ran 5Ks for the first time. So having a goal to be motivated by is also really important too.
Yeah, having a goal for myself means I'm staying focused and motivated, but I also like to recruit, family and friends to keep myself accountable and show up for them.
Yeah, accountability is also a good one. I also love being super accountable too. They are some really great tips, Deeks. Thanks for exploring a bit more about physical activity and why it's important. Remember to aim for 30 minutes of moderate activity on most days of the week.
We want you to think about the things you love to do to get moving.
And remember to think of a goal, or who are those people that you can be accountable to.
Thanks for hanging out with us and getting well together.
See you soon!